One day, your football club will stand on top of the world. Your colors will fill the biggest stadium on earth. Your fans will fly across oceans just to sing your name. Your players will lift the trophy every rich club wanted. And the team everyone once laughed at will become world champions. But today, you are 9 years old. You are sitting beside your father on a cold concrete stand. The team you love is losing again. The seats around you are empty. The grass is muddy. The floodlights flicker like they are tired too. This club does not belong to you. Not yet. But every weekend, your father brings you here, and every weekend, you feel like a piece of your family is standing on that field. Today, that piece is falling apart. The other team scores once. Then again. Then again. People start leaving before the match is over. Some fans shout at the players. Some fans throw their scarves onto the concrete. Some fans just walk away in silence. Your father does not move. He sits with both hands wrapped around an old green scarf. The scarf is faded. The edges are worn. The colors are almost gone. But he holds it like it still matters. You look at the pitch. You look at the players walking with their heads down. You look at the empty rows around you. And for the first time, you understand that football can break people. At the final whistle, the stadium goes quiet. The team you love finishes last. The players disappear into the tunnel. The old owner leaves through a side door. The few remaining fans drift toward the exits. But your father stays in his seat. He does not cry loudly. He does not complain. He only whispers, "Some clubs are not supposed to die." You do not fully understand those words yet, but you remember them. Years pass. You turn 15. You are still not the best football player in the city. You are not fast enough. You are not strong enough. You are not the kid scouts come to watch. But every weekend, you return to the same broken stadium. You sell cheap green scarves outside the gates. You hand out match programs before kickoff. You help clean the stands after everyone leaves. You carry boxes for the old equipment manager. You sweep the steps. You stack old cones. You patch torn nets. You know every crack in the concrete. You know which gate gets stuck in the rain. You know which floodlight dies first. You know where the roof leaks above the home bench. And you know the club is getting worse. The ticket line becomes smaller. The fan songs become quieter. The club shop shelves become emptier. The players change every season, but the losing stays the same. Then one afternoon, you meet the old coach. He has gray hair, a blue tracksuit, a whistle around his neck, and the tired eyes of a man who has watched too many defeats. He sees you sweeping the tunnel after a match. He asks why you keep coming back. You say, "Because my father says this club is not supposed to die." The old coach looks toward the empty pitch. Then he tells you the truth. The problem is not only the players. The problem is that nobody is building anything. That sentence stays with you, because from that day, you stop watching football only like a fan. You start watching it like someone trying to understand why things fail. At school, you read about clubs. At night, you study owners, managers, academies, stadiums, contracts, training, scouting, and money. Not because you are rich, because you're angry. Angry that one bad owner can destroy what thousands of people love. Angry that a club can rot slowly while everyone pretends it is normal. Angry that your father still comes back, even when hope keeps hurting him. By 23, you leave the city. You work small jobs. You study business. You learn how teams are built. You learn how money moves. You learn how good clubs think 10 years ahead, while bad clubs only survive until Friday. You are not famous. You are not powerful. You are not rich enough to buy a dream. But you are learning. Every number, every contract, every mistake, every late night turns into a piece of the plan. Then one winter morning, your father calls. His voice is quiet. The club is for sale. You come home. The stadium looks smaller than you remember. The seats are more faded. The walls are more cracked. The pitch is worse. The same floodlights still hang above the stand, but now they look like they could fall at any moment. Inside the club office, the air smells like dust and old paper. There are unpaid bills on the desk. There are letters from banks. There are players asking to leave. There are staff members who have not been paid on time. The old coach is still there, older now, more tired now. He looks at you and says, "You came back for a funeral. But you do not see a funeral. You see the cold concrete stand. You see your father holding the faded green scarf. You hear the words from your childhood. Some clubs are not supposed to die. At 27, you do something everyone calls stupid. You put in your savings. You borrow what you can. You convince 3 local business owners to help. You sit through meetings where people laugh at your plan. You sit through meetings where people tell you to buy land, not a football club. You sit through meetings where people say the stadium is worth more empty than alive. But you keep going. Then one evening, you sign the papers in a room with bad lighting and a broken heater. The pen shakes in your hand. The old owner walks away. The room goes quiet. And for the first time in your life, the club you once watched from the cold concrete stands is actually yours. There is no celebration, no cameras, no champagne, just a key, a debt folder, and an empty stadium waiting outside. On your first day as owner, you walk into the locker room. The players barely look at you. Some think you are too young. Some think you are temporary. Some think the club will close before spring. The walls are stained. The benches are cracked. The showers barely work. The tactics board is warped from damp air. You do not give a grand speech. You only write 3 words on a blank board. No more excuses. The first changes are small. You fix the showers. You repaint the locker room. You repair the training field. You pay the staff first. You clean the stadium gates. You replace broken seats one section at a time. You make sure every youth player has proper boots. People laugh. They say paint does not win matches. They say showers do not score goals. They say a clean training ground cannot save a dead club. And for a while, they are right. Your team loses the first match. Then the second. Then the third. The newspapers call you a dreamer. The fans call you a kid playing owner. The old rivals call your club a charity case.
Then the richest owner in the region visits your stadium.
He owns the strongest club nearby. His coat is expensive. His shoes are spotless. His smile looks practiced. He stands beside the broken home bench and looks around like he is inspecting a ruin. He tells you your club has no value. He tells you to sell the land. He tells you people would rather have apartments than another losing season. You say no. He laughs. That laugh becomes fuel. You bring in a young analyst. He is awkward, quiet, and ignored by bigger clubs. But he sees patterns other people miss. He finds players before they become expensive. He finds weaknesses before they become obvious. He finds small advantages in places nobody respects. You keep the old coach because he knows the soul of the club. Then you sign a captain nobody wants. He was once talented. Then injuries slowed him down. Bigger clubs forgot him. Agents stopped calling. Fans called him finished. But when he walks into the locker room, players listen. He is not the fastest. He is not the flashiest. But he hates losing in a way that feels useful. Slowly, the room changes. Training starts earlier. Players stay later. The old coach teaches discipline. The analyst teaches details. The captain teaches standards. And you teach the club one rule. Nobody here is bigger than the badge. Still, progress is not clean. One rainy night, your team loses a match it had to win. The fans boo. The captain kicks a water bottle across the locker room. 2 players argue near the showers. The old coach sits alone on the bench. The analyst closes his notebook without saying anything. You walk onto the empty pitch after midnight. Rain falls on the same muddy grass you saw as a child. Your father joins you in the stand. He is older now. His scarf is still the same. You tell him maybe everyone was right. Maybe love is not enough. He looks at the field and says, "You did not come back to buy victories. You came back to give people a reason to believe again." The next morning, you call the whole team to the stadium before sunrise. No reporters, no fans, no cameras, just players standing in cold air, looking at empty seats. You tell them the truth. If we stay last, this city forgets us. If this city forgets us, the club dies. And if the club dies, every kid who ever sat here loses something. No one claps, no one shouts, but something shifts. The next match, your club does not play beautifully. It does not dominate. It fights. It blocks shots. It chases every ball. It scores once. It holds on. And your club wins for the first time in months. The stadium does not explode. It wakes up. A few fans sing. Then more join. Then the whole small stand shakes like it remembers who it used to be. From there, the climb begins. Not fast, not magical, but real. You upgrade one part of the club at a time. New lights, better grass, safer seats, a small medical room, a proper academy field behind the stadium, a simple gym under the old stand, a scouting room with cheap screens and tired chairs. You refuse to buy expensive stars. Instead, you look for hungry players. Players rejected by bigger clubs. Players from small towns. Players with something to prove. Players who still run when nobody is watching. Your academy opens with cracked walls, cheap cones, and second-hand balls. But the kids run like the place is a palace. One boy stands out. He is quiet, thin, always early, always watching. He never asks for attention. He only asks how to get better. The old coach says he has the eyes of a captain. Years later, that boy will matter more than anyone knows. The club rises. Last place becomes mid-table. Mid-table becomes a promotion fight. A promotion fight becomes one final match. At 34, you stand in the tunnel before the biggest game your club has played in decades. The stadium is full. The same seats that were once empty are packed with green scarves. Your father sits in the same section as before. The old coach stands beside you. The captain leads the team out. If you win, you reach the top league. If you lose, everything waits another year. The match is ugly. The opponent is stronger. Your players are tired. With 10 minutes left, the score is level. Then your captain, the player nobody wanted, steals the ball near midfield. He passes to a young academy player. The kid shoots. The ball hits the post. Then it crosses the line. For 1 second, the stadium freezes. Then it erupts. Your club wins promotion. People flood the streets. Your father hugs you without saying anything. The old coach cries where no camera can see. And for the first time, the world outside your city hears your club's name. But the top league is different. The stadiums are bigger. The players are faster. The money is colder. Every mistake costs more. The richest rival owner returns. His club is now powerful. His stadium is modern. His players arrive in expensive cars. He smiles at you before your first match against him. Welcome to real football, he says. His team beats yours badly. The headlines are brutal. People say your story was cute. But now it is over. You do not panic. You study the match. You upgrade scouting. You expand the academy. You hire better doctors. You improve nutrition. You build a club that learns faster than it spends. Season by season, you close the gap. The captain gets older. The academy kids get stronger. The stadium grows, but keeps the same green heart. Your fans become famous for noise. Big clubs come to your ground and feel uncomfortable. They see the old concrete under the new seats. They hear the same songs from the same families. They feel that this place was not bought. It was rebuilt. Then, one season, you beat the rival club at home. Not by luck, by control. The analyst predicts their press. The old coach adjusts the shape. The captain slows the match when it needs calm. The academy players run like they have waited for this their whole lives. The rival owner leaves before the final whistle. You do not chase him. You just look around the stadium and remember when people wanted to turn it into apartments. Years move quickly now. At 43, your club reaches its first international final. The world finally watches. The stadium is enormous. The lights are blinding. Your players stand in the tunnel beside superstars they once watched on television. For 90 minutes, your club fights with everything it has. With 2 minutes left, the score is tied. Then one mistake happens, one lost mark. One header, one goal. You lose the final. The players collapse. The fans cry. The captain sits on the grass and cannot look up. In the locker room, nobody speaks. The old coach stares at the floor. The analyst keeps replaying the mistake in his mind. The quiet academy boy cries into his shirt. You want to comfort them, but instead, you say what they need. Now we know the level. No one forgets that night. The captain retires the next season. The old coach steps back from daily training, but stays at the club. The quiet academy boy grows into the new captain. He does not talk much. But when he does, everyone listens. You are older now. The first gray appears in your hair. Your face carries the weight of years. But the red bracelet from your childhood is still on your wrist. At 56, your club is no longer a miracle. It is a machine with a soul. The academy produces stars. The stadium is elite. The fans are worldwide. The old home ground is bigger now, cleaner now, brighter now. But if you stand in the right corner, you can still see the bones of the broken stadium underneath. In your office, there is an expensive trophy wall. But on your desk, there is only one thing that matters: your father's old green scarf. Then comes the tournament every club wants: the World Championship. Champions from every continent, the richest teams, the biggest names, the strongest squads. And your club, the one that once finished last, round by round, you survive. You beat a South American champion. You beat an Asian champion. You beat a European giant. And in the final, waiting under the lights, is the rival club. The same rival owner, older now, still rich, still smiling. His team has superstars. Your team has academy graduates, rejected players, and one captain who grew up on your training field. Before kickoff, you walk past the trophy. You do not touch it. You look into the stands. For a second, you are 9 again. Cold concrete, empty seats, your father's scarf, a dying club. Then the whistle blows. The final is brutal. Your team suffers. The rival scores first. The stadium roars against you. For a moment, it feels like the old story returning. Last place, empty hope, another defeat. But your players do not break. The old coach watches from the staff seats. Your father watches from the stand. The captain gathers the team. He points to the badge. Then your club fights back. One pass, one run, one goal. The match is tied. In the final minutes, your academy captain receives the ball near the edge of the box. He could pass. He could wait. Instead, he shoots. The ball rises. The goalkeeper jumps. The stadium holds its breath. And the ball hits the net. For 1 second, there is silence. Then the world explodes. Your club wins. The players run. The fans scream. The rival owner stands frozen. The captain drops to his knees. The old coach covers his face. Your father holds the scarf like he did all those years ago. But this time, his hands are shaking from joy. You do not run onto the field first. You stand still, because you understand what just happened. You did not just win a trophy. You carried a broken place across a lifetime. You turned empty seats into a worldwide song. You turned rejected players into champions. You turned a dying club into a home. The captain lifts the trophy. Gold confetti falls. Your club's colors fill the sky. And millions of people hear the name of the team that was never supposed to survive. Years ago, you were a child watching the team you loved finish last. Today, you are the owner of the world champions. Not because you bought the biggest stars, not because you had the most money, but because you saw value where everyone else saw failure. You built patience. You built culture. You built belief. And in the end, the club your city almost lost became the club the world could not ignore.